back to the channel. This is Rob here at Smirking Gun Reviews, back to talk more comics, and today we're going to be talking about Marauders, number 7. The only other book I bought this week, other than Zdarsky's Daredevil number 17, and his X-Men number, and Fantastic Four number 1. I got a lot of back issues of East to West. I'm this close to finishing my East to West collection. I just have a few randos to pick up. But that's all I got this week, because I really didn't... I'm going to get Batman number 87 from the comic book shop. I'm going to make a stop at my comic book shop. So I held back on a couple of things this week. But Marauders number 7, after last week's so-so issue, is all right. You know, like one step forward, two steps back in these Dawn of X books. And we completely ignore Kate being thrown into the ocean with Krakoan vines wrapped around her legs and Lockheed being dropped overboard in a net until the very end of this issue. Basically, this is kind of Sebastian Shaw sitting back and watching Emma Frost not realize what the hell's going on and watching her lie, you know, and pretend that she has everything under control when he's the one holding the cards right now. This book has really just become the Hellfire book, in my opinion. You got Emma and Sebastian and Shinobi and, you know, Emma's brother and all of them working behind the scenes to me, create another set of, you know, I think maybe make a try to take over. As I don't think Shaw's done with Emma. I think he's going to try to take this whole thing over. But who knows? I think I haven't watched Real Comic Stacks video on Hickman's. This is just the beginning video. I plan on watching it. But this issue has some interesting things in it. Again, there's some interesting things in this book, but then it's held back by a lot of dumb fucking garbage writing and characters that are just... Jumbo Carnation. I've never heard of this character. What I thought about when I was reading this was there was an episode of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. last year, which I really, really dug. I really dug last year's season of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., but there was one episode, and they introduced this character that was the girlfriend of one of the leads in the show, one of the co-stars of the show, and I hated that episode so much. I was like, if that character ever shows up again, I don't know what I'll do. I might stop watching this fucking show. I hated it so much. And that's how I feel about Jumbo Carnation. Oh, my God. But I did find it interesting. Well, there's this message to Kate Pryde in the text message here. But honestly, I didn't really care about it. I'm being honest. I really don't care what this text message said, because it's like, you likely won't remember me, but, you know, there's Kate Kilgore and Manuel and Duque have made 2 drug purchases through shell companies in Madripoor. One were Krakoan medicines, the other was poison. So the names are important, I think, what Kilgore and Duque are doing, but, you know, we're introduced to Calisto. Well, not introduced, but, you know, we haven't seen this character in a while. Calisto, the leader of the Morlocks, and she's been summoned to the White Palace by Emma Frost, who, you know, doing her best January Jones in X-Men First Class impersonation here, where she's just walking around in her underwear. I think that Emma Frost is a sexually drawn character. I just don't know why she has to just be in her underwear all the time. Even for the White Queen, it's just, she's hanging out with this guy named Jumbo Carnation. And he's something. And he wants to design an outfit for Calisto, who basically just, you know, she has her thing. She used to be a model, and you know what, when you look at her and drawn a certain way, she is kind of hot. In that kind of, you know, Angelina Jolie, you know, circa 1993 era, who cuts up the, you know, rebellion, man, cuts up this guy's suit and makes it better. Doesn't make the comic better, but makes that better. And he just loves her because she's fabulous. Look at him, he just can barely contain himself. And she says she's going to stick around until, you know, something goes wrong. And then we get, immediately after that, we got the Marauders returning back, you know, and Bobby immediately kissing the guy who helped Sebastian Shaw, which he doesn't know, put Kate Bishop again with the Kate Bishop, Kate Pride into the ocean. And Bishop's like, hey, why isn't Kate back? You know, she should have been here yesterday. And they don't do anything about it, really. Bishop starts to, but I did like the interaction between Callisto and Storm. They have a past, they have a history, they kind of acknowledge it here just briefly, where they throw knives at each other's faces. She's like goddess, and she's like, Callisto says goddess, and Storm says Morlock, and then they hug. Didn't have you pegged for this gig, back at you. Well, Bishop has Pyro do something for him. I need you to do something. I need you to take the Marauder and sail to Krakoa. Where this is where the little dorks at Verendi are spying through Yellow Jacket's little eye thing inside Pyro, which everybody's saying is just a gimmick to let Yellow Jacket explode out of Pyro. And while that probably is true, I still wouldn't mind seeing it. It's actually a pretty funny idea, even though you can see it coming from a mile away. But these characters, I don't like these characters. These are like, what if the Hellfire Club were just a bunch of kids? Well, Bishop goes to Madripoor and immediately just like drops a frickin' grenade right outside the door, because that's what you need to do in that place. And he's set upon by Manuel and Duque, the guy from the text message. So I guess it was kind of important, right? He's like, I should have known Krakoa would bring hate mongers out of the shadow. And he finds, after he knocks him out and kind of infiltrates their thing, or before he infiltrates their thing, you get some message here saying that there's a salvage operation going on that to cover one of its ships from deep international waters near our home port. Well, that's where Bishop will probably find Kate. So he heads out there, and Callisto, is trying to, the Morlocks have a place to live now. They don't have to live in the tunnels. And, they're kind of like, her friend Mask, Maskque, doesn't really trust it, but he loves golfing. And it's just, she tells him, he's like, let's have it. And it's like, how many hours did we waste sitting around in the dark bitching about the good life that the pretty ones lived? And now the prettiest damn one is building something special, and she's not alone, eating alone, is she? And it's just, would you rather be underground, or would you rather be living here where, you can be free and out in the open? And Emma here tries to explain why Kate's not there, and she's like, oh, I had her off doing something else right now. She let me know that she was detained, and she doesn't know that Sebastian knows exactly where he put her in the ocean. And speaking of that, then these people pull up Lockheed and they go, I think he's dead. I don't know. Probably not. If he is, that'll probably just make Kate even angrier if and when they bring her back, when Bishop finds her. I imagine he's going to find her in the next issue. But otherwise, again, there's some interesting things here. It's nice to see Callisto back. It's nice to know what happened to the Morlocks. It's nice to see. I like seeing the game that Sebastian and Emma are playing with each other, even though Emma doesn't know how far Sebastian has already taken things. He's holding things close to the vest, and he's, again, at least he's like his character. The villains, again, like I've said, are way more like their characters than our heroes. And aside from Logan, in these Dawn of X books, our heroes are not like most of the time the way they are. And then you read Zdarsky's X-Men Fantastic Four, and everybody's pretty much the way they're supposed to be. So I don't know what to tell you. But I don't highly recommend this book, but if you're committed like I am to keeping up with Dawn of X still, until they find some way to break me, I'm going to keep reading until they give me a real reason not to. And so far they haven't hit it, but I feel like it's getting there. So, and I know I'm going to watch Comic Stack's thing and see maybe if he's got some inside info on why things are just getting warmed up. So if you like this review, please hit the like button, comment, share, subscribe, hit the bell for all notifications. Otherwise, you can find me on Twitter at reviews_gun. So everybody keep reading comics, and we'll see you on the next video. Bye.